people following this channel, and I haven't posted a video since 7 months ago. My last post was 7 months ago, and today I'm going to share with you why I didn't post more. Um, and because there are 21,000 people following this channel, it means that there are some interest about the work I was presenting in this channel. But because of some experiences, I could not record anymore these videos, and now I am sharing you the information why. And I also would like to share with you an experience I have lived the last 12 days at the Vipassana meditation center, where I was spending 10 days, actually 11 days, um, to offer my service for people that wants to try something new. I'm gonna tell you what is that new thing. Uh, but before that, I have to tell you a story, so that you can understand why I did what I did the past 12 days. Um, so in this channel, normally I do hairstyling. I was actually wanted to create a channel where people can learn, hairstylists can learn, or not only, everybody can learn how to do haircuts and hair colors in a way I have learned. So the technique that I use, and from this channel, um, I got separated because my company went bankrupt last year in November. Actually, it was not bankrupt, but last year in November I couldn't pay anymore my rent, so I have to stop. I had to stop um, with what I was doing because I couldn't sustain my lifestyle with it. So in 2019, I was employed for a boss, and I uh, had an agreement with her how to do the business together because I didn't want it to be just a simple employee. I wanted to be something more than just a simple employee. We had uh, an agreement we that she did not she did not um fulfilled, and then I decided to leave, to quit my job. So later, um, few months, not few months, few days later, I went to walk the El Camino de Santiago. It's a path in Spain where you walk like 800 kilometers or so. Actually, I was walking through Spain by foot with a backpack in November 2019, where of course I have had good days, bad days, but all of them were actually good days, even if I couldn't see them good back then. And where I had a really rough emotional day, I decided to not speak to anybody. And later on that day, I met somebody who was um, on the path with me at the beginning, but we lost each other because of um, the speed that we were walking, or because maybe I wanted to be alone or he wanted to be alone. But we met on the day that I did not wanted to speak. And then when he saw me, "Oh, Joseph, I'm so happy to see you." But I was in silence, so I decided to not speak that day. And when I saw him, I told him, actually, I showed him that today I don't speak. And then he understood. After that, we went to sleep. We were sleeping on the same auberge. That was the name where we were sleeping. And he told me the next day when we wake up that I should try Vipassana. It's a place where I asked him what it's Vipassana, but he told me that there is a friend of him who did a 10-day course in silence where you don't have to speak at all with nobody and nobody speaking with you at all. All you have to do is to focus on yourself. And I was um, very curious about this, and I googled it exactly on the same day when he showed me the information. When I saw what is it about, I decided to subscribe myself. I was actually on the path where I subscribed, and after I went home in December, so I arrived home in December. I was working 31 days. When I arrived home, um, it was December. I started to work, and in March, the COVID pandemic started. So everything was cancelled, and I did not go for that session that I was subscribed. But I was waiting for the opportunity to be open again, and then I can join. And that was last year in. I finished it in November actually. Wow! Now I just realized that everything is happening in November now for me. Not everything, but most of the things happened in November. So then I decided to um, go for 10 days in November to sit in a place where everything is for free. You you don't have to pay for food. You don't have to pay for sleeping, anything. You just have to sit alone and be in silence for 10 days. If you can do that, there are people who are working for you. Actually, I'm going to talk about me because this life is for me, not about you, but also about you. Um, there were people working for me there so that I can stay 10 days in silence and meditate about my problems. Imagine my home is in fire at home because I couldn't pay my rent. The business is getting bankrupt. So I decided a good moment to sit in silence and then to see what will be, what is going to be. Um, of course, when I arrived there, a place in the forest, in the mountains, where you don't have many noise, we can focus on ourselves there in the silence. There were 135 people, um and women's and women, women's and men were separate because they didn't want to create any sexual attraction. They just wanted us to focus on ourselves. I'm not going to repeat this anymore, I hope. And I was sitting there for 10 days, which was the hardest 10 days of my life. Um, I have never done anything so hard than sitting in silence for 10 days. And but it was not only sitting in silence, we had a mission to do there. And the first 2 days we uh, were had to meditate for 11 hours. Actually, not the first 2 days. For 10 days we were meditating for 11 hours a day, starting from 4:30 uh, to 9, and then we went to sleep from 10 until 4 o'clock in the morning again, and from 4:30 to meditate again 11 hours. Okay, the first 2 days, the first 2 days of meditation was actually doing something very simple but very hard. And simple is it because we just have to do one thing, but we have never learned to do only one thing. We always do many things. For example, if we are watching a movie, we are also thinking about something else. Or when we maybe listening to someone speaking at the same time, can happen that we are thinking about something else. So we always do at least two things: thinking about something and listening or hearing somebody talking. Sometimes you are listening, sometimes you are hearing. Um so then the first 2 days we had to focus uh, our entire attention to this area of the face, to feel any sensations. For example, maybe you can feel warm, or maybe you can feel cold, or you can feel itchy, or you can feel how the air is uh, passing through the nostril. For example, when you breathe, there is a sensation where the air is touching the nose. So, but we are not always aware about these sensations, and because we had to focus our mind. So the first uh, mission of this training was to focus the mind. Um, Focusing the mind. There are many type of meditations out there. There are those who are repeating mantras, which I'm not judging anybody. They are all doing a good job. If they, if it works for them, it's okay. If it's not working for them, it's okay also. They can try something else. I tried many, but this one Vipassana got my attention, and for the first 2 days we had to focus our attention only on the sensations that we have around this area of the face. So we were sitting 1 hour and focusing our attention to that part and breathing naturally, not something forced or something that how we wanted to breathe. Natural breath. If it's deep, it's deep. If it's shallowed, it's shallowed. um, so you just follow your breath and the same time the sensation that you have on this face. So I had on the face for the first for the first 2 days. It was so hard to focus on these sensations. It was like many thoughts coming in and going out. But before I wanna, so let's do something else before to continue this this part of the life, because there is an exercise. If there is an exercise, if you do it now, you can understand what I'm talking about actually. So I'm gonna sit in silence for 2 minutes, and please uh, do this exercise before to get into the description of the technique, because then you will think that maybe it's not true what I'm talking about. So what I want you to do is exactly to close your eyes for 2 minutes and just follow your breath, and then focus on the sensations that you have on this area of the face without giving a label of what you feel, and then see how many thoughts will be in these 2 minutes coming in your mind. If you can do it successfully or not, uh, you will see it yourself. You will not have to answer to that. So I'm gonna sit now in silence for 2 minutes, and please close your eyes and focus on your sensation, and then I will continue. Okay, so if you have done this exercise, congratulations. If not, you will not understand much maybe about what I'm going to say. um, when we are working in a normal life, we are always busy in the back of our mind with thinkings about the future or about the past. We can have memories about the past, but we cannot have memories from the future. We can only think about the future. Um, so all we can think about memories, or we can think about the future, how we want it to be, or how it would be nice to be, or all these things. um, if you could do the 2 minutes meditation without being interrupted by your mind, then um, then it means that you are at a higher level of consciousness than maybe 90% of the world population. Um, if you could not, that's not a problem, because that could be solved. Um, and there is already facts that humankind, uh, they only use max 7% of their mind. So imagine how would that be if we could use 100% of our mind. um, and when I'm talking about 100%, just think about how would that be possible. What could we do if we can use 100% of our mind? I think that could, superheroes that we see on the movies, that would be something just normal in the life if we could use 100% of our brain. Okay, so the first 2 days we had to focus our attention in ours, in that sensation, without being interrupted by the mind. When we were interrupted by the mind, then we had to come back to the present moment and continue the exercise until we get the sensations. And for the few 2 days, I had no sensation at all. I was, this is, what exercise is this? I couldn't pay attention to the sensation. I was most of the time thinking about other problems I had home, or I was thinking I had home, or about the traumas I had on my past, and everybody have them, so we all know what I'm talking about. And then on the second day, we had to change our focus to make it smaller. So at the beginning, for the first 2 days, was this part of the face, and then on the second day to the third day, we had to focus only on this side of the face, of the nose, um, to sharpen our mind more than just a. So yeah, so to sharpen our mind more. Um, for the from the fourth day to the sixth day, we changed our technique of meditation, because we could already focus our mind a little bit, so we could uh, go to the next step. Um, the next step was mastering the mind. The mind can be the greatest server, 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 or it can be the ugliest master. If we are the master of our mind, then we could be something greater than what is normality today. And if you have noticed, most of the people talk about normality. So why don't we talk about naturality? What is natural? We always talk about what is um, n- normal. But normal, if you think about normal, there is no meaning in normal. What is normal for you is not normal for me. And what is not actually, I don't consider anything to be normal. It's natural or not. There is no normal for me anymore. Um, from the fourth day to the sixth day, we had to move our attention from the top of the head to the scalp, then to the forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, face, mouth, ear, ears, neck, shoulder, other shoulder, shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, and so on, separately. This is for 2 days. Of course, this exercise also was interrupted by the mind, so it was not always easy to do the exercise. But we had moments when I could do. At the beginning was maybe the top of the head, the scalp, and the forehead, and there was something coming in my mind, interrupting me, and then I was continuing, and so on. But on the sixth day, we had to change our meditation. Oh, wait, I forgot something to say. On the third day, I was sitting there and there was no sensation. What is going on? Nothing works. It's unbelievable. And my mind was always talking, and there was only one music playing in the back of my head, which I said, at least change that music because it already makes me crazy. It was like, imagine all day long for 3 days, you are listening for the same music, like 11 or 12 hours a day. It was not easy. And then I was like, if you don't shut up, I hate you so hard. I was talking to my head and I was looking to the floor. So I was shut up because I'm gonna hit you so hard. But I didn't. It was just in my brain. My brain was talking like at the beginning it was very wild and then it became very not very but softer and easier to manage for me. But there are people who told me that they it was easy for them at the beginning and it get harder later on. For me it was hard at the beginning but it get easier later on. uh, on the sixth day we had to change our focus now simultaneously in the body. For example, you take your scalp together with your face, then your two arms together, then your chest and the back together, your two legs together, so simultaneously to feel the sensations, but to not label the sensations. When you feel something that can be hot, that can be okay, I'm not gonna give any more example. Try yourself to examine what kind of sensations do you feel on your body right now, and if you feel something, just write it down in a comment. If you are here now, write it down, and I can have a chat with you. If you're gonna watch later in when it's gonna be finish this live, then you can also write it there, but the answer will I don't know how it is going to be. It it has been a long time I have doing um, streaming something on live, and then I don't know really how it works. So now I can answer your question, but later on I'm not sure if this video is gonna get like 1 million views. I'm not sure I can answer your text in text. So okay. I would like you to identify any sensation in your body for the next 2 minutes. I'm gonna sit silent and then try to identify any sensation you feel in your body. And then after, I will continue this. Okay, 2 minutes passed. So, could you identify any sensation on your body? And now, when I'm talking about sensation, that could be, for example, how my clothes are touching my skin. Could be how, if you're in a cold environment, how the cold it is actually touching your skin, or if you're in a warm environment, then how the warm is touching your skin. Could you feel, for example, um, maybe how an ant it's walking on your skin somewhere in your body, or maybe you can feel a pain. So if you could identify something on your 2 minutes sitting, just write it down. If not, it's not a problem because, like I said at the beginning of this life, you are not always aware about the sensations. we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind, which actually the conscious mind is most of the time unconscious, but the subconscious mind, like the way we call it, it's most of the time conscious about the sensations. Always, actually, it's always conscious about the sensations. So if we are acting somehow nervous or angry or somehow different than we naturally act when we are in a positive environment, it is because there is something coming up on that moment in our brain, and our subconscious mind starts to react. And then when everything is calming down, we ask ourselves, how could I do that? How could I react that way? Um, so it actually was not you who was acting that way. It was your subconscious mind who made you act that way. It means that your subconscious mind is more powerful than your conscious mind. Then then we're talking about all the human beings. It's not there were a few people who were actually achieving greatness in their mind. I'm not going to talk about this now, later on. So when we learn how to master our mind, it means that we have to give our mind work. We had to um, feel the sensations that we have on our body, in our body, without labeling them. So we're not gonna tell that this is itching, or this is warm, or this is cold, or this is pain. No, you feel the sensation where you are. For example, with your eyes closed, you feel it in your forehead, and then you go to the next part without trying to see what is happening with the feeling or so on. And then on that day, I had a meditation of 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm not sure exactly, because we had a 2 hour sitting of meditation where I came up a little bit early because of my leg was hurting, and I didn't want it to stay anymore, so I went out. But I had a meditation where I was, for the first time, living in my body fully. What I mean? So what can I say about my phone? I know there are parts I can see and there are parts I cannot see. So I'm not talking about the parts that are inside, and if I open it I cannot see. I'm talking about the parts that are not visible at all. Even if I open all the pieces from this phone, I cannot see the things that are inside this phone. And I'm going to give you one. Actually, there is only one that I can give you an example. There is the energy of the that is created or stored in the battery. So that energy we cannot see, but I know for sure that it's inside my phone. I cannot see it, and I don't have to believe it's there. I know it's there. What I know, I don't believe. What I don't know, I don't believe. Actually, I don't believe anything. What I know, I know. What I don't know, I don't believe. Is that simple? So there are inside in our body, actually in my body. If you are agree of, or if you're not agree, I don't I'm not in. I don't want to convince you to be agree with me. I don't want you to be agree with me. I don't want you to be disagree with me. I just want you to listen, and then you take your own uh, lessons from it. Um, I was the first time living fully in my body, and what I'm talking about, it was like I was feeling my skin. I was feeling how my blood is is pulsing in my actually how my heart is pulsing my blood in my veins. And it felt so good. I Okay, we did not have to create cravings for these emotions. We just have to be aware of it, because if we want to be master of our mind, it means our conscious and subconscious mind together, then this is the only path that we can access our subconscious mind, um, and be in control of it. And I know there are people who say if you go in bed at night, before you get to sleep, no, between the moments when you get sleepy, this time when you are between sleep and not sleeping. This is the moment when you are connected to the subconscious mind, but there are this is late because I'm going to sleep. So how can I work with my subconscious mind if I'm sleeping? I cannot. From the sixth day um, to the eighth day, we had to focus our attention now in a free way. But wait, I forgot to say that when we were scanning our body, we had to go from head to toes, from toes to head, and so on. So for 1 hour. And then break, and then come back another hour, and then break, and then eat, and then, so people were working for me and for others also, so that I can stay there, eat, sleep, meditate, and go to toilet. These were the four main activities we had to do there. Nothing else. No breathing. No. You could do some stretching outside, to put our bones together, back together, um, and then uh, from the sixth to the eighth day, we had to focus our attention now freely in the entire body, like scanning the sensations simultaneously in the entire body, down to the toes, and then from the toes to the head. Again down, again back. From that point, it was like just living in my body, and then I knew it was something more than just showing off my body. And So on the ninth day, we could already talk. We talked with all with with other students about our experience. They talked about their experience. We shared what we learned from each other, and then we went home. So, and now I'm getting to the present, actually closer to the present, 12 days earlier, later actually, earlier, yes, 12 day earlier from today. Because everything was for free, food, sleeping, everything was for free. It means that somebody has been working for us there, or somebody has been donating something for us there. That something could be, maybe if you have a, a farm, you could donate legumes and vegetables, so fruits and other stuff. The food was vegetarian, no meat at all, and there were five precepts on that campus. We could not kill, and when I say kill, you don't kill an insect, you don't uh, harm any other living being around you, and focusing only on ourselves. On the ninth day, we could talk, so we shared our story. Yeah, I said that already. So now I come back to the point where I want to go to give the opportunity to someone else to stay, to sit there for 10 days. And I've been choosing to go to serve for 10 days. I get there 1 day early because we had to set up the campus for the students who are arriving. And we were in total 10 or 11 people, I'm not sure. Um, there were managers for the course. It means that they were the people who were making sure that the students have everything they need. And then we had teachers, and also we had in the kitchen people who are working in the kitchen. Before we started our day, uh, uh, to, not our day, before students to come, we had to arrange who is doing what. And there there is a lady responsible for arranging the kitchen and putting people in place, and the man, of course. Actually, there were many people arranging this, but in different moments. And they asked asked us who wants to be the person who is managing the uh, dishes, like who wants to take care of the dishes, who wants to take care of the cooking, who wants to take care of the dining hall, of the toilet, of the cleaning, um, all these things. And then who wants to be the kitchen manager. So nobody wanted to be the kitchen manager. I looked around. I haven't been served, never in I haven't been a kitchen manager before at all, and we had to serve for 135 people. We had to serve um, breakfast. In the breakfast, we had many things on the table. Then, so how is our day started actually? Yeah, so I decided to be the manager. I had no experience in the kitchen before. Like I was working in hairstyling for a long time. This is actually why you are subscribed to this channel, because you have seen my work in the in this channel. Um, so I became the kitchen manager. The lady who was responsible for me to be trained fast to the kitchen, or to understand what we have to cook, how we have to cook it, and what time, and so on. So she presented me the book of the 10-day menu. There was another book, not book, let's say, uh, dossier, dossier number, or how you call this, dossier, a dossier in French. Um, let's let's call it books, okay? Of things that we have to do daily, um, cleaning tasks, breakfast, how we do the breakfast, how we do the lunch, and so on. For the first 2 days, it was a little bit hard because we didn't know what the where where to find the things we have to cook with, and until we get adjusted to the kitchen, we needed like 2 days or three maybe. Um, and the lady that was actually managing the kitchen in most of the time, like the one who was presenting me the kitchen, she was a bit too attached to the kitchen, and there were people complaining about how they feel there, because I was the kitchen manager, so they come to me to talk about it, and then I had to take actions. Um, on the first 2 days, um everything went in a bit of stress, let's say like that, but we finished in time everything. After a few days, I saw what is going bad or hard, what is making our work harder. So I'm always trying to find solutions for the things that uh, now are, let's say, working very hard, and that was the dishes. I'm not gonna go into the details about this, but I just wanna share the main idea about what is going on the center, and how people work together and sustain each other. So it's not about what happened there, it's about the story itself. Or maybe I should say, yeah, I will say. Actually, I saw that uh, we were bringing in the dirty dishes when the um, not buckets, it's some kind of um, yeah, buckets, let's call it that way, where we used to collect the plates and the bowls from the people who have been using it, and then bring it into the kitchen and wash it. There was a washing machine with a program, one minute and 10 seconds, and the second program 1 minute and 40 seconds. So imagine we were waiting to fill up the buckets and then bring it in. But then when they were bringing in the buckets, it was too much. It was like overwhelming all the kitchen. Imagine for 135 people, you bring maybe 40% in. the first time, or 50% or something like that, it is too much. And then I said, okay, I'm going to try something new. Mm, and that something new was, instead of waiting to become full the bucket, bring it in when it's half full, and then we send it out the next one. Until that is full, we're gonna put water in. Not put water. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna wash it. And what I did, actually, I didn't change the water when I sent it back. That was my fault. That was 100% my fault. Um, that was really bad, of course. But I haven't worked in kitchen before. I didn't know. I just learn. In a way, I go, I learn. This is the description of this life. Is it asking, do I have to be good on what I'm doing, or I just have to do and then become good on what I'm doing? And then this lady came to me, and then she shouted, "We don't do that!" Like, but that was not the first time. It was many times. We don't do that. At the moment, it was playing in the back of my head. We don't do that. We don't do that. And then I was like, who are these we don't do that? Because I do that. So anyway, it's not about this now. That was in my head. It was playing in my head, but it was already starting on, like, before a few days. But there I had, okay, tonight I'm going to discuss this situation with the teachers. But one night before, we had a meeting at night to, if there is any problem, tension between us, we should go together and talk with each other and find a solution. And if we don't find a solution, bring it to the table at night. The the bad part about this, it was that I was not aware when the teacher said, first you talk about it together and then you bring it to the table. I just heard bring it to the table and we discuss it here, because in my head was like, they don't want to create tension there. It's better to come here when everything is calm and talk about it nicely and easily. That was in my head. So I was waiting the night. I bring up the subject. I told to the to that lady that uh, I should say her name, or I should use names, or no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should use names. Better no. But let's say I'm gonna call it R. So I was talking to R, and uh, I wanted to prevent her to say, "Look, what I'm going to say is not to make you hurted or to feel bad or uh, to be against you or something like that. I just want you to know that there are people who are feeling um, like an employee giving their service here. And also, I felt like working in a handcuff, working around her, because I have to do everything like the way she said. But there are many ways to do one work. There is not only one way to do one work. Um, for for her was a little bit too much. For me, it maybe it would be or not. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because I'm not a sensitive guy. I like people when they talk to me straight, and they say, "Hey, look, you smell good. Go wash yourself." I would feel better if somebody tell me the truth than just look how this guy smells. Man, he cannot wash him. Talking out. Come to me, tell me, hey man, you smell really bad. Go wash yourself. I would appreciate that more. It's honesty. It's courage to talk, to speak up. Um, of course, in my normal life, normally I do the one-to-one speaking. I am a manager of my business, of my life. Now I am manager on a work I do in construction. Um, so I was always a manager, and it was not easy for me. No, it was not hard for me to manage the kitchen. The kitchen was so well organized. Wow, you have no idea. If 10 people could manage to prepare food for 135 people in that campus, it means that was really well organized. I don't know how other team teams were working before, but what I was always hearing is that we were a great team, because it's not always a team that have no fights, or they have no they finish in time. But at the beginning, when we started working together, it was hard to finish almost in time, but we finished like 2 3 minutes later. Of course, we were talking a lot, because not a lot, necessary, to learn how this machine works, or how to, to set up the kitchen, that until the time comes we can settle down in time, so that we become more silent and silent and silent. So then it was 8 people, I think, in the kitchen, 10 in total with the other. Actually, it doesn't matter how many were, but there were people who uh, just wanted to help others to sit for 10 days in silence. That's it. uh, with Air, when I was talking that night, she got it very personally, and I understand. I went to the kitchen on that night to talk with her. I'm sorry to say sorry about it. I didn't want it to be that way. She told me I should not bring this up on the table. I should have been talking with her privately. And then I was, yeah, this is my mistake. I know this is my mistake, but now I cannot turn it back. But you should not take it really personally. It was just a feedback for your own health, for your own good. It was so she left on the next morning, and then the kitchen became also my uh, all under my management. So I had to make sure everything is finished, food, the cleaning, the all together, and the people that they feel good together. I told to the teacher that night that managing the kitchen is very simple, but managing the people, it's totally something else. It's not something that we do. Most of the people, they don't know how to listen, or they don't know how to talk, or they don't know um how to connect with other people. In my case, I am lucky. I was working as a hairstylist a long time, so I have no communication problems, or listening problems, or connection problems. I connect easily with everybody, and I become a chameleon, changing my skill communication based on who is talking with me. If this person is a bit loud, or it's soft, soft talker, or he has a big energy or lower energy, whatever. I can change my communication skills based on who is in front of me. Now I am in front of me. I see myself so much now in the screen. It's a bit strange looking to myself all the time. A bit of tea. So when I've noticed that there are people who like to communicate a lot, there are people who likes to say silent a lot, or not a lot. Let's say most of the time. So what I did to make sure the kitchen functions correctly, um, I try to place people in a way that, for example, if you talk too much, you do a work where you don't really have somebody to talk with. To be alone, just to do what has to be done, because it has to be done in time. At the beginning, I don't know the people. I don't know how they are going to react, how they are going to work, if they are. Um, it was too much things to talk about. The kitchen was a thing that we had to take care of, so it was not mm, more taking care about. It was all together taking care about the group that we are working together to be in harmony, but also the kitchen. So in the same time, it was something I never done before, the kitchen. And the other thing that we had to talk about the kitchen more than about ourselves. And then If you don't know the other one, how do you know how to communicate with? But voila, I get to the end, and you will see it's a really nice story. Then there was one of the guy who had a really big energy who left on the fifth day, but there was somebody else who came replace him for a few days. So when he left, the kitchen became more silent. It was like the radio or stopped talking or something like that. I was not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. It was fun. It was nothing bad. On the moment when he was there, he was the, let's say, the fit of the goodwill, because he was funny. And instead of being, nervous about the situation, maybe that doesn't work, or he was there to support our learning process for the 5 days. It was a bit much, but it was perfect. um, when he left, there was another person came replace him, and she was exactly the opposite of him. She was, she is uh, medium, medium low energy. That moment when she came there, medium low energy, but I know why. I don't know how she is um, so it was a situation. I'm not going to talk about it. Uh, it's not the point. There were people there coming with a lot of things. There are people who are coming with emotional pains or traumas, or sickness, brain sickness, or all these. What we call sickness is not necessarily a sickness, but it's a disease. It's a disorder, mental disorder. All the disease, it's a mental disorder result. That's what I that's what I can tell for what I've been reading, learning, experiencing so far. So, but she got sick, so she had to leave after a few days. But she helped us exactly on the moment where we needed the most somebody to be there. She was there. It was like a relief, an emotional, or an intellectual, physical relief that I had that back then, because when she left, actually when she was there, we realized that now we can um, adapt easily to the kitchen, because we learned the kitchen. We already know what to find where, and then mm, yeah, we already knew who has to do what, the cooking, the dishes, the all the stuff. So now everything was calming down. We were silent and silent and silent. And at the end, we were finishing our work with like 35 minutes ahead, 40. I'm not sure. I don't remember, because the time there passed really, really different than outside. 1 hour there, it's like 1 hour there. It's like here, maybe 30 minutes. There, hours are long. Here, hours are short, because we are not aware. We are aware now, and we are aware maybe 10 minutes later, and we are aware about 10 minutes later. And then, so voila, this is how we uh, get aware in the normal life. But there, we were aware all the time. We were aware about our sensations, our emotions. We were cooking, managing the kitchen, cleaning the kitchen, and at the same time dealing with our emotion, our own feelings, and intellectual problems, and all these things. So um, after every night we had meetings with the teachers, and they were asking me almost every night. I was the one. The first was asked, "How was the kitchen?" It was good. It was bad. We had enough food. We had a fight, or we didn't have a fight. And for me, personally, I consider myself a very optimistic and a positive guy. I'm not a blind guy. For example, if there is a cup of tea, now it's half empty, half full, half empty, I'm not going to say this is empty or this is full. No, I can see the truth. It's half empty. Look, it's half empty, half full. Okay, so I can see both sides. I don't want to be blinded by, no, no, this is half empty, or it's better to see one reality in many different angles. No, the reality, not the reality. Reality, it's only one. There is not many realities. But to see the things how they are in different angles, to not be blinded about only one opinion. So we were finishing our work early, like 30 minutes ahead or 45 minutes ahead, and then we had time to break. But I'm gonna explain you the timetable to understand how tiring this was. There were 2 mornings I had to wake up at 4:30 to support the meditation from 4:30 to 5:30 in the morning. Then from 5:30 to um, 6:30 we had to prepare the breakfast. From 6:30 to 8 we had to finish the kitchen, to clean, to be ready for afternoon, to prepare all the vegetables and all the things we have to cut for the next day. Actually, we were preparing the food from tomorrow yesterday, today, and then we were cooking tomorrow. So today we cut the vegetables, we put all together, and then tomorrow we cook. Um, so we had to prepare most of the things until 9 o'clock. Not nine, but after nine, not eight, eight. Sorry. So from 6:30 to 8, it was serving the people to come to eat, and then also finishing the cleaning. After from 8 to 9 meditation, from 9 to 11 we had to prepare the lunch. From 11:45 to 12:30 we have to finish with think taking in all the dishes and washing all the dishes, cleaning the kitchen, because at 12:30 we have a meeting in kitchen meeting to talk about what food we there was not enough, or what was too much, or if something bad happened, all these things. um, that went well all the time. We finished in time, and then it was break from 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Uh, Personally, I was sleeping from 1 to 2:30 every afternoon, and then from 2:30 to 3:30 it was meditation again. This is for the servers, not for the other people, because the servers has also um, obligations to meditate 3 times a day. Um, okay, 3:30 meditation to 4:30. No, 2:30 to 3:30, and then from 3:30 to 4 or 5. Yeah, 5. We had to prepare the dinner. Um, and then from 5 to 6 to clean the kitchen, because from 6 there is meditation, group meditation, and from 7 there was a discourse about an hour and 20 minutes, or 1 hour and 15 minutes or so, where the teacher of this technique that bring actually the technique to the western part, and actually started to develop the technique all around the world. He I forgot to tell you about the technique about the last day, but so this teacher bring the technique in Europe, and he was giving a discourse every night uh, from 7 to 8 in the TV. So that was this discourses that was recorded in 1991 or two, yeah, and then he's already dead. But based on the discourses, people still continue to grow um, the mm, institution around the world. It's everywhere. You can go everywhere. It's available in any language in this world, and it's for free. So oh, I forgot my idea now. I'm still so tired because yesterday I wake up in the at 4:30, and then all day yesterday I was talking to my family, and I went to sleep at 2:30 in this morning. I had to drive to the airport, and I didn't have time to sleep, but I had time to meditate. This is really good. I'm proud about it. So I was talking about the that we were finishing early. Oh yeah, the timetable. So after the discourse, um, which was not uh, mandatory for the servers, but I was the one helping the teachers to set up the TV and open the windows, and so far so far. So I couldn't go to rest. After the discourse, there was a meditation for 45 minutes. After the meditation, question questioning time from 9 to 9:30. From 9:30, it was again the meeting with the teachers to discuss about all the problems we had in the kitchen. So that was the timetable every day for 11 days. Yes, so these 11 days felt like the hardest work in my entire life. But the first time I have been there, when I was sitting, I was working 10 days, and after the 10 days, I felt in holiday until the day I went back again. That was 12 days ago. It means, so from November to now, there are 9 months. So in 9 months, actually, or more, 10 months. So in 10 months, I had 10 days of work, and all the rest were holidays. Even if I was in work, at work, I was in holiday because my colleagues were asking me, "Where are you going in holiday?" I am in holiday. They were like looking at me, "What are you talking about?" I am in holiday. I feel in holiday. So um, the work I did there, it's so hard that when I left the place, it was like going in holiday. There is it work that what I would call work, and this is what we call here. It's just distraction. It's not work. It is distraction from what is actually most important in our life. This is really interesting, this life, because I have 4 likes and zero people following. I think people come in, they are listening for a few minutes, and then they leave. But they like what I'm talking about, and I think they are gonna watch it after it's finished, because maybe there are parts they don't want to listen and they just go forward. So this was a timetable, and then we came home on the last day, on the ninth day, when we had to talk. We have to do other tasks. For example, sitting on the information table where people come to ask informations about other centers, or a donation table where people can donate as much as they feel, um, or people who wants to subscribe to a job that they can do it from home, or they can sign up for a job for there to say, hey, look, I would like to do the gardening here, because I will show you some pictures first. uh, I hope it's okay for I did some pictures there which I would like to share. So This picture I took it when I got my phone back. It was made in a dark environment, but I set up the phone in a way that it's maybe better this way because the light is coming into the screen. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm in the mobile home. Mobile home. Let me show you. So, and now back to the thing. So I took this picture because I had access to my phone after the 10 days. I had to call my sister to ask when she is going to the airport so I can see her before she's leaving from home. Because I live now in her place. Actually, when I lost my rent, I couldn't pay my rent. I had to go to stay somewhere. I could not stay on the streets, so I came to live at my sister. It's better than just living on the streets. That's what I think. So and I feel good here. And I'm gonna move into this mobile home soon. Okay, back to the picture. I took this picture. Normally, it was not allowed to have phone hour with ourselves, but everybody was meditating, and I did it in silence, so nobody was disturbed. The light that you see here was more lower than you see in the image. I think I have one. Where is actually you can see the light. It's just yeah lower, but because of the camera settings, I could actually brighten up. What I want to show more. This is me here. You see me working in construction now. Um, from hairstyling to construction, from constructions to what is this? Oh yeah, that's something else. So I go back to the environment to see where we are actually, where we were. So this was a place where we were meditating inside here. Like you see, it's a forest all around us, and there is trees of apple, of pears, of prunes in the area. Um, and this is a short video. I was walking back because I forgot my jacket the last day. So here I could already have my phone because we were cleaning the place. I want to show you the kitchen. Everybody do his work. Hello. This was just a short. I didn't want to disturb anybody. Uh, I took pictures surprisingly. Like I didn't want them to be prepared for the picture. I wanted to be something very natural, you know. Uh, okay. Um, let me. This was. This is the dining hall. So look at the dining hall. How beautiful! How amazing! It's like you are in a house of God. Let's call it this way. The house of God. This is how I call it. But you can call it however you want it. And this is the female side there, and then before was the male side. So, like you see here, we have some tables set up where we had to have volunteers staying there, so we couldn't be in the kitchen. And also, look how amazing fruits we were preparing there. The food was 5-star food, prepared by the simplest people I have ever met in my entire life, and no cooking expert, no cooking. We were not chefs. We were just following the book, and everything was so well explained that we could just follow the things. This is the thing. So we were exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Okay, that was the last day when we were coordinating people to the cleaning, because to clean all that area we could not do it only ourselves. So we asked the students to come and help us with the cleaning. And this is the panoramic picture. So I'm gonna show you the round. So back here, zoom in. This is the, oh come on, yeah, no. So this is the place when we come in. So this is the entrance, and then this is where the servers were sleeping before. This was a dining hall for the females and the reception. So now this is the kitchen where I showed you the picture. Oh no, this is the I am looking backwards. Yeah, this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. This is where the female accommodation building. So female were separate, male were separate, and that was only for female. And then you see all over there were places separated where female cannot walk and male cannot walk. Um, and this was here the place where we were, not we, the male area was actually sleeping. It was more than 50 people, men, or 70 people, I think, men, 70 men and seven. No, doesn't matter the number. Um, and this is where we were sleeping the servers. Okay, so the last day we had to um, subscribe ourselves again to a new task that we had to do because we were not enough people there. And this table is moving too much. The task was the next. So we had to sit on the table where are the informations, table where are the all these things, to make sure that people got all the informations. And also I had to do a speech. So they asked us who wants to do the information speech, which was in front of the people. And I was so scared about talking in front of the people before. Oh my god. Nobody wanted to do it, and I was like at the beginning of this course, if no one wants to do it, I'll do it. So I'll did it. I was if no one wants to do it, I'll do it. So I had to do it. I read that page a few times. Then when it was the time to read it, oh my god, it was like something stuck in my chest. It was I couldn't understand the word at the beginning. I was like, whew, I have to shake it off. Really was intense. And then it became easy. I started to tell them I'm just a hairstylist. I'm not a public speaker, and reading for me in English was, I haven't been in school. I just learned English in the TV, in the movies and stuff like that. So I had to read this in English in front of the people. I was not good about it, but I become good if it's necessary. Um, so then back to the question: do I have to be good to start something, or do I just have to start something and become good? Um, I didn't tell you. I forgot before. I told you that I forgot to tell you how was, so mastering the mind was the second thing we had to do, and the third mission was to purify the mind. So purifying the mind means not believing everything we don't know. You look at the things in different angles. Do not be blinded about maybe political issues or religions or whatever. I'm not against. Uh, Actually, I'm against about many things. I'm not going to talk about it now. If you wanna know, I'm gonna do another live and I'm gonna share it with you. But what I have noticed when I came back, it's this is also very important. My sister, one of my sisters, from a few days ago, she doesn't visit his son before she and he goes to sleep. So she's texting him a message, good night, or something like that. And last night I discovered that, and I am very very curious if tomorrow everybody who has now a child can relay on what I'm saying, but everybody who is a child can also relay on what I'm saying, because we have parents maybe, or we have family maybe, or something. So um, I came home, and the father the of my nephew, he came also home. So he came to visit us. When he saw me, he was like, "Ah, Yoshi, you are here." So he was happy about it. But what I noticed that he was not hugging his father. And then I asked him, "Why don't you hug your father?" And then his answer was, "I hug him every time I have a chance." So then I knew that it's not his fault. It's actually the father who's not hugging the son. And then he went to him to hug him, and then the father hugged him in a way that, normally should be more deeper than that one. But when he turned around, I saw in his eyes, and he is going to watch this live. I just want to let you know, if you're gonna see this live, I'm going to just let you know, I have seen it in your eyes. Yeah, even if you do try to hide it, uh, the tears that came out on that moment. Uh, so when he went to the living room, I asked the father, "Now, why don't you hug your son?" And then he was like, "But he knows. He knows. You can ask him. He knows. Really, really." I was like, "It's not about knowing that you love somebody. It's about feeling that you love somebody, or that you have being loved." So it's easy to say he knows I love him, but it's really hard to confirm that he feels he loves him. So then I asked him, no, actually, he told me, when I was child, my mother was always there, and she was hugging me, kissing me, and it's the mother, it's not the father. The father is not important, it's the mother. And I was like, so did you like when your father was not hugging you when you were a child? He was thinking, he didn't understand the question at the beginning, and then I asked him again, did you like when your actually, he was answering to my question with other answers, and then I asked him until he answered, "Oh yeah, now I understand. Now I understand." He didn't like it neither when his father was not hugging him, uh, and because his father was not hugging him, he was not hugging his son. So imagine how many. Actually, don't imagine anything. Just listen. How many emotional or intellectual problems we have that we are not even aware about, because actually our subconscious mind is aware, but we are not aware, and the child starts to develop many sorts of things. And then I went home to my sister, and then I discovered that she is not going to his room to to give him a kiss, good night, my son, or my whatever you want to call it, and ask her, if tomorrow would you die? Let It can happen, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to me, it can have everybody. We are not in control of this. Would you give everything to come back just for 2 or 1 minute, just to say goodbye? She was yes. So then how is it possible that still we are here now, and we don't give 2 seconds or 5 seconds to go in a room, kiss the child in the forehead, even if he sleeps, even if he, I don't know, just waking up or something like that. It, this is not the matter. The matter is that you go to work in the morning earlier than he wakes up, that your child wakes up, you go give him a kiss. If your wife, give her a kiss. If you are a wife and you start early shifts and your husband sleeps, before you leave, even if he sleeps, just hug him or kiss him in the nose, in the ear, in the eye, or somewhere. Touch that body. Most of the time, we know that our parents loves us, that our sister, our brother loves us, that my child knows I love him, that I know that my child loves me. But what we are not aware, that we don't really feel it. So we know that they love, but we don't feel that they love. Um, so Vipassana, back to Vipassana from here. If somebody that is looking to this video now or later on would like to know more about how to master your mind, how to live in peace with yourself, with your entire existence, to know more about your body than to know about your neighbor's body, to know more about yourself that you know about everybody that you have been in contact with. Most of the time, we see people, but we don't see them. Actually, we see ourselves in them. We can see, he's a jealous guy, he's a jealous woman, because the person who sees the person jealous, he or she's already jealous. She sees a good man in his husband because she's a good woman. You see your child being angry all the time because you are angry all the time. You see your wife cheating on you because you're cheating on her. So I think you got the point. I don't have to go give all these examples because then it won't be enough time to finish this live. Um, we have to gain consciousness back. I have no idea if humankind could have before this possibility to be their own master of their own mind. So just one question for the end. If we could use 100% of our mind, what could we do exactly? What do you have any imagination or any ideas about how how could or what kind of possibilities that could be if I can use 100% of my mind, if you could use 100% of your mind? So what what could we do? Because using only 3% of the mind, or 2% or 7% that Einstein was using, this is really, it's like embarrassing. So embarrassing that our society doesn't want us, our politicians doesn't want us to grow. That our I should go into religion also. I go into religion also. Many religions out there. And just because there are so many, I know none of them it's real. Because whatever it's real, it's only one. There is no Christianism or Muslimism or Buddhism or Islamism or whatever. Because there is so many, I know it's something wrong. It should be one. I'm not talking about globalism, but there are laws that are only one, like the gravitational law. It's only one. Everything falls down on the ground. Only if it's helium inside, it's not. So, laws, universal laws, that which is only one. Why we cannot have only one God? Why we cannot have only not yeah only I'm talking about only educational systems where humankind he is actually forced to become the greatest version of himself, not the greatest version of Madonna, of somebody wants to become Madonna because she is a very, very big supporter of Madonna, or somebody wants to become David Beckham because he likes football so much, he just wants to be like David Beckham. No, man, those people are already busy being somebody. You just have to be you. You don't have to be Maradona. Maradona is already taken, so he's taken. Okay, you be you. I'm not trying to be any other person I have been learning from, or I will learn from. I just want to be myself, the best version of myself. So why don't we create a society where we can really push humanity to grow emotionally, intellectually, physically, psychically, financially, um, in any other ways. Um, there are organizations for sure who wants to help others to grow, but there are many who wants to shut them down. Okay, this is not the case about Vipassana. It's another subject now, but most of the problems we have can be solved if we first focus on ourselves. Um, so there is 10 days all around the world. Check up, check up, uh, check up for Vipassana Meditation Center. If you are in Netherlands, then you say Vipassana Meditation Center, Netherlands. Or there is a Dhamma.org app. I will show you now this. Actually, I will be very pleased to show you this app now. The Dhamma.org app looks just like that. Okay, Dhamma.org. And now you can see it in the mirror. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Yeah, like that. So, oh, Ashish, she, she, Shivan, you have tried Vipassana before and you couldn't complete it. Um, Now I see that there are messages coming in, and I can only see it when I turn the camera backwards. Okay, so Vipassana meditation. Ashish, you should really try again, and make all the best that you finished at the 10 day. That would be my proposal for everyone. You could really use yourself 10 days, because we put so many days in other work that is not very important in our life. um, but this one, after 10 days you decide if you want more 10 days or no, but for 10 days it's not something that I go suicidal after, or I just have to make sure I am completing the challenge myself. So courses, you go to, let's just analyze a bit the things, how these things work. So now we are in let's select the date here. um let's say I want to go in September, or yeah, starting from September to oh, November. Oh, November 30. Let's see what type of courses we have. I am looking into English or French, or what language? Which country? Let's say, look, America, Angola, Argentina, Armenia, Asia, Australia, Belgium. I am living in Belgium, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Croatia. So you have where you want to go. Okay, let's go to United Kingdom. Not this one, United Kingdom. Or United States. Oh, I can select many. So United Kingdom. Now I'm going to select English. Or no, let's go to a place. No, we're gonna keep it United Kingdom. It's okay. English. Search. So we have courses starting from 5 December, application accepting starting from 6 September. So on 6 September, I can start applying for this course. In 6 December, I can apply for that. No, 7 September, so on. But you check yourself where you want to go. England is a very big one. Uh, okay, thanks for your blessings for me. Let me, Ashish, I don't know how to put the chat to stay. So I can new pin chat. You can now pin a message. The top of your live chat. If viewers to read, click any message to pin it. Use the option menu to unpin. So save highlights. Mute microphone at guest. Enable. Would you like to be in a live for a few minutes that we can talk? Or okay, thanks for your blessings. For me, the most difficult part was doing kai chanting during the free time that we got in between the meditation sessions. Actually, the chanting part was actually for me to the horrible thing because the voice sometimes was really high, really low, and I have ears for musical ears, let's say like that, and then I could really hear the um, the errors. But by the way, I was there to exercise something, not for listening for the chanting, and the chanting was something that I could uh, pass over even if I didn't like it. Okay, how can I should find a way to put this chat that I can see, and this is waiting. Oh, I think I know why. Add guest. Oh, anyway, next I'm going to try something else. I'm not sure how to do it now. Okay, back to the app. Back to the app now. Um, there is library where child we can go for child. If you have a child, you can also teach your child how to um, meditate or how to become self-confident, so on and so forth. Uh, you have many things on the app: video, audio, um, readings. You have courses: 10-day course, Satipatthana Sutta, benefits of Dhamma service. This course accepts ex- excerpt. I don't know what does that mean. Okay, so you have so many things here, but if you really want to start with something really good, then you go to courses and you book yourself a place and you sit for 10 days. Daily meditation schedule, group sitting recordings, courses, locations. Let's see locations. And only while using the app. Okay, map. We go to worldwide. So where are the blues? We have a center. Where are non greens or non-center? What does that mean? They are center where you go to meditate for 10 days and you can have a meal and stuff like that. But the green are only for those who are old students. Like you see, you have almost everywhere um, a place to go close to you. Okay, that was about the app. So this course for those who are coming now late in, it was about Vipassana meditation, and it will be a replay. I'm gonna finish this live now. This is really bad. I could not read your most of your messages. I didn't see most of your messages. If they are, yeah, they are because they are coming in. But top chat, please come back, comment. Please come back, comment. I don't know who left me the comment. Maybe I can invite you to the chat. I'm so sorry for this live now. Actually, I'm not sorry. Maybe next time will be better. Okay. What I wanted to say, yeah, I'm going to finish this live now. It's gonna be too long, and I still have some things to do. If there are any questions, you can still put it in the comment, and I can do another live where maybe we can share more topics. If you write me questions about what would you like me to share about my experience, or what would I do next from hairstyling. Actually, if I'm going to have enough money to have a place where I can still do hairstyling, to show you things that you have been subscribed for because you are in this channel, because you have seen something that you liked, that was my work, and now I do a live about something else. This something else is because I want to share with you something I do. Maybe it's gonna help you in your development. If you would like to me to continue talking about things, there are many topics I can talk about. If you're interested about it, maybe I can create a new channel. But if this video is going to go viral and there is going to be a lot of questions, I'm going to create another channel, maybe, or maybe I'm going to continue in this one. And if you would like to support me to get to a place where I can still do my work, you can do that also. You can subscribe to my channel. There is a subscription where you can do donations, which would help me to build a new place where I can work, do my stuff. If not, it's okay. I don't need to. I am in a good place. I don't. I have now 4 jobs, almost. So I do this construction company. Now I go to my clients' places. This is where I do hairstyling because I'm not going to pay for rent anymore, for a salon where I work 8 hours and then I go home and then I pay rent for another place where I live. For me, that was too much. So I said, okay, I'm going to my clients' places. I do their haircut in their own home. They serve me coffee if they want. If not, it's not a problem. Or maybe they serve me water, and they serve me because they are good people. Most of my clients are good people. Um, and I am with this YouTube channel, which actually brings me some money monthly. Let's say between 80 and 180 was the max. But between 80 and 130, it's an average. Let's say 130 average euro. Okay, which is not bad, but based on the based on the financial crisis I am in right now, it's it cannot help me to open my own salon again, or not even my own salon. I just want to open a place where I can record movies, not where I can create tutorials for this channel. So maybe I can quit my jobs and just focusing on what's most important. And voila. So if you would like to see more about this channel, what would you like to see? And if you would like to support it, you please do it. If not, don't be. I'm not asking for. I'm not begging. You know, it's like if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I accept your support, and if there will be something, I will continue to grow what I was doing before. If you haven't liked this yet, because maybe you will see it in the future somewhere. It would help this channel to grow and this video to go viral if you click the like button after you finished, or while you finish, while you're watching it. It would be nice. This is how the algorithm works on YouTube. So this is why people are always asking for likes, because they want their video to go high. Okay, that's all said. I wish you all a beautiful rest of the day, or rest of the evening, or rest of the morning, wherever you are starting your day watching this, or finishing this. Maybe you're starting watching in the morning and then you're finishing in the evening, and that's okay. It's you watch it how you want it. It will be online, so I won't delete it, and then leave your comments below and let me know about things that you would like me to share. Thank you for watching or for listening and practicing together all these exercises that we were doing. I hope you enjoyed this live. If not, there is nothing I can do about it. It's already out, so it will be out. And hope to see you soon, or next time to see somebody in this live chat waiting for a guest. Yeah, no, I think I know this is why I can see myself only half, because there should be somebody here in this chat. By the way, let me see what can I do if I'm still live now. I'm not gonna say much. I just wanna see what can I do in the app while I am online. I can learn about it now. Share at guest. Save highlights. What's save highlights? What is that? Okay. So this one turns the camera. Mm-hmm. Mute microphone. It's incredible. This tablet doesn't allow me to. Maybe you can still be amused about what I'm talking about. Actually, it's blocked on this screen. Okay. Oh, here I can read your comments. Now I see. Hey, I have tried it before, but couldn't complete it. This is Ashish. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the. I read that. How was attending the course change you, and what were you like before this? Also, what was your main motive before joining it? So all this was explained in the beginning of this live. Uh-huh. So all this was explained, Ashish, at the beginning of this live. I'm not gonna go into it again. It will be replay. Uh, and so why did I join the course? It's because it's also explained at the beginning of this live. So please feel free to watch the replay of it. And actually, I'm gonna answer here. Um, it is explained at the beginning of this live. See replay. Okay, so that was answered now, and I'm going to finish this live now. And thank you very much for your time and your for your likes, for your listenings, and I will follow up with you with another live. I would like to see what will happen with this channel if I continue to talk about things I can talk about easily. I wish you all the best and only happy, not only happiness, because that cannot be possible. It will be up and downs all the life, but more up than down. So I know some like the markets, the Bitcoin market and stuff like that. So it is going bull market and then bear market, but then bull market again, bear market. But make sure the direction is upwards. Okay. Um, this is it. Um, okay. Kisses and hugs, whatever you like. I am a huggy guy, so I would hug you if I would be in the presence of somebody. Okay, all the best for you and for me too.